everybody, it's Christine, and today's video is a little different. It is sponsored. So this is my very first sponsored video, so I'm pretty excited about that. I was sent a pack of 6x6 paper. The store is on Amazon. I will have links below. It's BLEDS, and it's a 24 pack of 6x6 single-sided. They called it junk journal cardstock, but truthfully, obviously we can use it for scrapbooking. So these are the patterns. Now I will tell you on the screen, it's a little darker than it comes here. This is a little less, it's a little more muted, which is fine. The name of the collection is Violet Bloom. They do have a couple other collections, or a couple of other, I say a couple. I guess if you're on their Amazon page, you can kind of see they have that many options there. Some are bigger packs though. So the $8.99 is the 6x6 packs. And so this is the one I've got. I did get to pick, so I thought this was pretty. Oh, I don't know if I get it to come back up. Oh, shoot. There you go. So here's the little pack, and I've got, it's 2 of each of the 12 patterns, so you get 24 sheets. So I'm going to lay these out here so you can kind of see them. Obviously, they all coordinate. They're in this kind of, violet color palette. And, I mean, I love these little patterns. Some of these are really nice. I love these little florals here. Uh-oh, did I lose one? Well, let's see. I'm going to be sad because I like this paper. There's 2 of everything else. I wonder if I must have pulled one out to look at it and set it aside somewhere, but that's okay. So here is, yeah, because I got 3 of that. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'm not sure if that's a mispack or you just got, well, here's another one. No, that's 2. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the patterns, and I'm going to use this picture, and I don't use 6x6 very often, so this is kind of fun for me. It's a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to, I think, make it look kind of quilted, because I want to use like one of all the patterns just because I think it's pretty. And honestly, it being single side is kind of nice because I don't have to feel sad about cutting into something that has a pretty pattern on the back that I don't want to get to use. So I'm going to use this picture of my daughter. It's just a cute selfie. There's no real reason for it other than I just think she's pretty. I will also have to get into my stash because obviously as a paper pack, it doesn't have any ephemera. I could theoretically cut out some of these flowers, so I may do that. I may fussy cut some of these flowers just to use those as embellishments, and then I may get into my stash too. So give me just a minute. I need to get a piece of base cardstock to make the layout on, and I will be back shortly. Okay, guys, quick check-in. I pulled out a double dot bow bunny. It was from 2010, actually, called Plum Dot. And I think this looks really pretty because I have a lighter colored lavender here, and I think this looks really pretty. So I've cut all these into little 1.5-inch squares, and I really like it because there's a great variety of pattern and also like colors, right? So you have darks and lights, and there's, stripes and little herringbones and florals and all the things. So my goal here, also just to kind of, I don't know if I mentioned there's 120 GSM, so it's nicely, it's thick enough. It's not like a Cartabella thick, but it's not real paper thin. It's nice in the middle. So that's nice. What I'm going to do now is organize these where it's kind of a variety. I'm going to map my photo on this darker paper here, so it lays on top. It's going to look really pretty, I think. I still have to find me a little title or something. I'm not certain I'm going to add a bunch of embellishments now that I've kind of done this, because the paper and the pattern is kind of embellishment itself in a way. So I may find maybe some white florals or something like that, just to kind of pretty it up. But I think I'm gonna let the patterns kind of be the embellishment in a way. And then this will kind of come, I may put this up on foam too. So let me figure out the layouts here. I haven't figured out like what order I'm gonna do these in, because I want it to be kind of, like I said, like a variety, like not random, but kind of. And I'll come back on in a minute. Okay, you guys, I have glued all of my little squares down. I did use wet glue because I wanted to give them, I didn't use any rulers or nothing, y'all. So I kind of eyeballed the distance and the straightness and stuff. And that's okay. I didn't really mind that. And then I decided with the picture, I am mounting it on that dark plum, but I also decided to kind of add these 2 little sheets of paper behind it just to kind of add a little more oomph on there. I should note, I did find, I was sorting through the papers. I'm like, well, holy cow, I missed one of them or something like that. I did find it. It was stuck to one of the other papers. So I got all the 24 pages. I don't know what I thought. I don't know if I thought I'd set it aside or what I had done, but it was in there. So anyway, I glued all those patterns on. I just love this. I think this looks really pretty with all these little coordinating colors. And honestly, I don't think there's enough purple in scrapbooking world, y'all. Purple has actually been my favorite color, and there's just not a ton of it. I don't see very many collections with it. And frankly, when I went looking in my stash for embellishments, I wasn't able to find very much. I found this little frame, and there was a little bit of a title that I found on some really old stuff, but really there wasn't much. So I did use a glassine bag behind the photo, and this is kind of acting as just a different kind of texture, you know. It's like well, you can kind of see through it, but it's shiny. It's just kind of a neat little deal. I could theoretically add a little journaling if I want to and tuck it down in there. I probably won't, but I might. Who knows? And then I did take my little frame, because I don't have very much purple embellishments. I did snip it, so I pulled the little corner, and I'm going to use it in 2 spots there. That came from, I think it was an older Hip Kit collection, because I only had, it was in my binder with my color items, and that tells me it's couple years old at least, because that's what I've kind of stuck in that little binder. Here I have this little title. I found it. I don't remember now. I'm so sorry. Who's these little title? What was this made out of? It's like rubbery stuff. It's it's kind of puffy / rubbery, and it's a little scripty font there. And I just pulled Lovely off because I thought that looked really cute. And it's also in that lavender. And I also pulled that set out because there are little flowers that have like purple flowers and stuff. I messed with the side of this little frame a couple times because I did snip it. Where I snipped it, it made it kind of narrow or like a little bit small. So I needed it to kind of tuck in and not look weird. So I messed with it in a few places. But it ends up right here basically, and I'm going to tuck it underneath there. And then I'm going to pull out basically 3 little flowers. It has the purples on there. I will end up using my Nuvo glue to kind of glue them down. And then that's almost all I do, but then I go back into my stash again, and I find some shiny little, it was Queen & Company. That's who those were. I'm going to find those in just a minute. You'll find me. I'll run off and go get them. But first I'm going to add, like I said, these little puffy flowers here from that sheet that I pulled that Lovely off of. It isn't very sticky anymore because it's kind of gotten old, so I'll use a little Nuvo glue, and I will do that also behind those flowers. But I don't add anything else really other than some little shiny things in just a second. I let the papers kind of be the embellishments like I mentioned. And I think that looks really pretty. It makes her photo pop too, to have it do this. I kind of contemplate, there was a few times I've seen similar styles like this where they've kind of taken and either stitched or, maybe drew outlines on the squares and stuff, but I didn't do all that. It was a little bit, y'all, there's a lot of little squares on here. And I think I ended up with 49 little squares. If you look, I have 7 by 7. That's 49 squares, y'all. So here's my little Queen & Company. I'm going to use this entire little sheet of little jewels. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle these. I'm going to basically go in my 3 areas and just build out just a bunch of these little shiny things. It just adds a little something to it, I think. Yeah, this picture, just real quickly, it's a cute selfie. I think my daughter, I think we were at the house. I'm not even sure it is a selfie. I might have taken it for her for something. I feel like I was taking it for something because she's got that white wall as the background. It might have been some kind of modeling submission. I'm not really sure, but it's just a cute selfie on my phone. I've been going through my phone and trying to clean out things, y'all. And I find it very hard to delete pictures of my daughter. Unless I have one that's extremely similar, I rarely delete them. So anyways, I just put these little sparkly things everywhere, and then that is all I'm going to do this layout, y'all. I think this turned out really pretty. Don't forget to check out the links. It is a nice little set. So if you want to make cards or do junk journaling, or in this case, like I said, do scrapbooking. If you do any kind of scrapbooking with 6x6s, it's a great little set. And again, they did have multiple options. So those links will be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye.